Hi. Not Facebook world. I'm used to doing Facebook lives. This is not a Facebook call. This is a Zoom. So I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Dena.
And we are nutrition coaches, and I'm a CrossFit coach at Bandit CrossFit. And Dena is also going to coach our Mom Fit classes too that we have coming up soon. So I just want to welcome y'all to our little talk today about resetting your health in 3 easy steps. We're really happy that y'all have joined us today. Oh boy. Forget how to turn things. So most of us are bombarded with quick fixes and fad diets that really aren't sustainable. What you really need is simple support. The other day I Googled a search for just the word diet, and there were, I don't even know how to say that word, like 4,980,000,000 results that populated. It seems like we're approached every other week with somebody trying to get us to buy their product for a quick fix, or we see friends on Facebook that have started a new diet.
They'll lose 30 pounds in 30 days. And
drink this fruit cleanse or whatever. And that's not what we're about here at Bandit CrossFit. We are partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition. We work under a dietitian through them, and we align with, this is their mission statement, and we fall right under that as well. We believe that something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, and we're ready to make it simple. I can't read this chat box. So I just want to make sure it's not somebody trying to get in. Hey, Lauren. And I don't know if people can see that on their thing, so I'm just going to stick it to the side like that, just in case. Okay. Oh, I have to change this screen.
We got 2 screens going here. So it's like we're figuring it out.
Mm-hmm. We're too busy as moms. We put everybody in front of ourselves.
You can't pour from an empty cup is right. What I like to say. We spend so much time pouring into our kids and our family, and we have to do this day and this that day, and you just forget about yourself, and you get so caught up in, everything else.
But if we give all the time and we don't put anything into ourselves, then we run out of to give to everybody else, and then we turn into that. I used to tell my kids when they were little, if they didn't go to bed before like 9 o'clock, then like I turned into mean mom, and that's who they would have to deal with if they weren't already in bed. And so we have to take care of ourselves too. We only get one body, and we have to get it right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Our nutrition program, like I said earlier, is backed by Healthy Steps Nutrition, and worldwide they have helped over 30,000 people take control of their health. This is just a couple of their, I don't know what y'all can see, so I'm just moving things out of the way. Just a couple of their success stories, and then we'll share some of ours later, because we have not been doing this quite as long as Healthy Steps Nutrition has. We don't have quite 30,000 people, but I would venture to say that we have helped at least 100-ish in the past 4 years or so. These 3 people that Healthy Steps is that we're focusing on here have 3 things in common, and so do the people that we have helped here, and most of the people in our gym. We'll take a guess at what they are. You can take a guess, and then I never sent the workbook to these people. That's okay. Just thought about that. We will send it to you in an email, and you can watch it back because we are recording this. So the 3 trends that these people have in common that help them to get off medications, to help them live their healthiest lives, to help them play with their kids or fit into their favorite dress. You're going to be shocked when I tell you, because it's probably not what you think it is. The top 3 things that they have in common are, the 3 things that we're going to tell you about today to help you reset your health. And so the first one is, simply to not make this thing go to the next thing, is to shift your mindset. Like we said earlier, we're surrounded by diets and quick fixes, but really health and nutrition doesn't quite work like that. Changing your mindset needs to be the first set. And in that, we just kind of mean, um,
You have to make up your mind that you need a change. Like
exactly.
that's simply where it starts,
Mhm.
is you have to make a change.
And that mindset has to be like a positive mindset that
Yes.
like you can do this. And when something comes up and it doesn't fall into your plan, you have to figure out a way to still get it done or to still be positive. You can't just be like, oh my gosh, I didn't get to work out today, so I think we'll just eat ice cream for dinner and pizza. You have to figure out a way to get back into your routine the next day. Next day can be day one again. You don't have to wait till Monday, right?
Yes.
Um, it seems super simple that step one would be to reset your mind. Most of the time we think, oh, we need to eat less food and we need to work out more. That's like the typical mindset around losing weight or being healthy. Or that you need a specific macros or you need to follow a certain, person on Instagram. Um, Somebody simply giving you a piece of paper and telling you what to eat is not going to teach you to stay on track or to know how to manage your triggers when stress comes. 2/3 of the people that lose weight will regain what they worked so hard to lose in the first place. So what we need is a new lifestyle, not another diet. We need habits. Take a look at this little pie chart here. We have 6 things. We have nutrition, lifestyle, support system, stress, sleep, and exercise. This is the framework that will be the foundation of a healthy lifestyle, right? We have our nutrition on track. We're living a healthy lifestyle, we're moving, you have a support system at home or in your gym, or you reach out and find a nutrition coach or an accountability partner. You have some kind of group of people around you that are like-minded as you. We have our stress under control, we have our sleep under control, and we're exercising a little bit too. So when one of these things is off balance, like your sleep, what does that do?
Throws everything else
It throws everything off. When you don't get enough sleep,
was so important.
I know. And I have a lot of people that'll come to me and be like, oh, I only sleep 4 hours a night and I function just fine. It's great. However, what you don't realize is when you're not sleeping, your cortisol levels go up and that causes your body to gain more weight. Also turns on, I think it's called leptin, the hormone that makes you feel like you're hungry, or maybe that's the one that makes you feel satisfied, whatever. The hormone is released that makes you feel more hungry and also suppresses the one that makes you feel satisfied. So you feel hungry and you never feel satisfied. It makes you want to eat all the time. And so it's just a vicious cycle. And the same thing with stress. Stress releases those same hormones in the same way. Is there anything else I want to talk about that? I don't think so. So think about these 6 things on here and maybe pick one that you feel like is the hardest for you or you struggle with or it's tough to stay consistent with, and just kind of make a note around it, circle it, because that may be your step one.
Yes.
For framing your mindset around focusing on that one thing. It's like you could pick focusing on your nutrition. Well, what does that mean? It can be as simple as I'm going to eat vegetables at every meal, or I'm going to make half of my plate vegetables, or I'm going to eat
or I'm going to
3 meals a day.
All the cooks a day.
Yeah, exactly. Something small. We also have to take off that T of I can't. You have to consider your inner thoughts. Your thoughts become reality. I keep trying to tell my youngest kid all the time, if you keep saying that you can't understand this, you're never going to understand it. You have to focus on some positive mindsets.
My dad would always say, Kate never could till he tried.
That's right. You have to have a positive mindset. So finding things that, and even you can put things on your bathroom mirror. You can put a little sticky note in your dashboard just where you see those positive affirmations, or even like a gratitude list is a great place to start with your mindset too. Thinking about all the things that you're thankful for and not focusing on all the things that you want to do better or that you're not doing a good job at. We focus on all the things that we don't do when we need to focus on all the things that we are accomplishing.
That is so true. Celebrate all the small things.
Exactly.
This is my favorite.
You have to find your why. We have to know why we're wanting to do this before we can put that foot forward and start doing the thing. Something else that you can put on your fridge is your why. And I think most of our whys or my why is because I want to be able to live the same, like to be healthy for the long term.
Yes.
And I want to be able to, like right now, it's to keep up with my kids' crazy schedule, and not feel exhausted all the time. And then as they get older and like grandkids, I want to be able to have the same energy that I have now to play with my grandkids. And also, because I have an autoimmune disorder that if I don't stay active and I don't eat healthy, I'm going to get sick. And so, it's kind of I want to feel good and not sick.
My why is, I'm probably going to get emotional, but I have had to watch someone in my family just go down.
Mhm.
And it's more or less like it's like she just stopped moving one day. And when she stopped moving, everything else just went. And to watch someone go through that, I just want to move every day. I'm grateful to be able to move my body every day.
Exactly. Progress isn't a straight line. It takes time focusing on your why every single day.
Focusing on yourself every single day.
Exactly.
Even if it's just a little bit.
Yep. That's where having a support system, having an accountability partner or a nutrition coach or friends at the gym that can kind of remind you to focus on yourself and to hold you accountable for the things that you're committing to doing. Also thinking about when you reach your goal, what does life look like then? What are the things that you'll be doing when you reach that point? What are the things that maybe that you'll be wearing, or what does a typical day look like? What will you be able to do different, and how will your life look different when you meet your goal? We all need something to move towards. So what's something that you want? An example from a client that we've had before wanted to lose 30 pounds over about 4 to 5 months. Also important to put a number down and a time domain so that you know how long you're working.
It's not going to be instant. Like, it's going to take time.
Exactly. Average, or what's safe and what will stay off longer, is like 1 to 2 pounds a week. So that can kind of help you when you're setting your long-term goal. And then the why is that she wanted to fit it into her clothes again, feel more comfortable, have more energy, and be a better example for her kids. I think that's a lot of moms' whys too, is that they want to set a better example for their kids. I think like our parents grew up in that like microwave time when food really started to change. And so, and also like we've gotten this habit of being super busy at night. And so I think leaving a legacy for our kids where we're eating better and we're spending more quality time as a family, because I think it's super important.
Yes.
Even if you don't get home from practice until 9 o'clock, it's okay to eat dinner at 9 o'clock and to sit around the table as a family and be together. That's a why for me.
My thing is I take my kids to practice every day after school, and I'm there from like, I don't know, 5 to 9, it seems like, because I have kids going in every direction. And you see your kids out there on the field and they're hustling and bustling, and you could just be sitting there on your phone, and it's like, why?
So that's a great opportunity to get out of your car and like walk around the fields and find another mom to walk. And then that doubles as exercise and stress relief, because more than likely you're probably going to vent about the day and feel better about it when you're done, because you're going to solve all the world's problems. So this is a picture of what I'm going to send you in your email. There's just a place there for you to set a goal that you can try to reach in 6 months, and then to list why, and then to kind of paint that picture of what it will look like for you when you reach that goal. What else in your life will improve when you get there. So I definitely want everybody to take some time and write all of these things down, because it will make
and hang
all the
it
difference
on your refrigerator
or your bathroom
somewhere.
mirror, or if you live in your car like I do. I don't really live in my car, but I feel like I live in my car. That's where all of my things need to be. All right, that was a lot for step 1. Step 1 was to change your mindset and to focus on one thing at a time, to make it simple. Step 2 is to find your tribe. We've kind of hinted on that a little bit through step 1. Finding your tribe would mean finding people.
There's something right here that I just wanted. This just when we were putting this together, just jumped out to me. We weren't meant to do this life alone.
Yep.
Point blank. You need people who are going to be there to support you.
Yeah.
Sometimes that tough love here may not be who you think it's going to be or who it should be.
Yeah. And it may not be the people that you're currently spending most of your time with.
And that's okay. That's totally okay. But you need to find people who align with your goals and
Mhm.
things that you want.
Mhm.
It's just nice to have that circle.
Yeah. Somebody that's kind of on the path or on the path that you want to be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody that's kind of a few steps ahead of you so that they have been where you are and can kind of help you through that. So real quick, while we're talking about tribe, think about or write down, if you have something to write with, the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And if you're a mom of 4 kids, that doesn't count. Like your husband, the people that you work with, the people that you work out with, the people that are in your Sunday school class or your small group or your PTA, if you're active in that, just the 5 people that you probably spend the most time with that are adults. I mean, you do spend probably the most time with your kids, but not where we're going. So the 5 people that you spend the most time with is ultimately the people that are influencing you. And I think there's a saying out there, like you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, because we become alike with the people that we're around most of the time. So if you're hanging out with people that are a negative influence, like before you know it, you're a negative Nancy, you
Yep.
know?
Isn't that what we tell our kids?
Exactly.
Like your kid starts doing bad in school, and you're like,
Who you been hanging around
Mhm.
with? I think he's a bad influence.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yep. So think about those people and are they positively or negatively impacting you and your progress towards your goals? So choose wisely and identify some people that maybe aren't necessarily in that tight group of 5 people with you, but are just on the outside that you could kind of gravitate towards or kind of bring
Mhm.
into your circle to help you. When we look at clients who have lost the most weight and kept it off, it's the people that have a good tribe of people around them supporting them. And the people that struggled are the people that either didn't have a support system at all or were following the wrong, you know, not the wrong influence, but just people that weren't aligned with their goals. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the value of
Of your
community.
community.
So important.
Mhm. Quickly moving on to step 3, and here's the big one, is we have to take action. Those people that are successful don't just wish, they do every day. Mhm. It is definitely the toughest part. But if you did steps 1 and step 2, it's going to be a lot easier to take action because you're going to have a simple plan. Your mindset's going to be in the right place. You're going to have the right people around you to help you. So then it's easy to take the next step.
You're not always, and there's going to be days when you're not always motivated. Like you're not going to want to get out of the car and go walk, or you're not going to work out, or you're not going to have time. But it's all the little things along the way. Like today, I don't have time to work out. I just don't. I can't fit it in. But I do plan to get my 10,000 steps in, whether that's doing laundry or bringing the groceries inside or parking further away from the entrance of the store.
I hope it doesn't rain for your sake.
Yes. But it's little things. You have to, every day it's making the smallest action every single day.
Yeah. There have been days when I have not gotten close to my steps and I've gone up and down, up and down, up and down the stairs until I get them.
You're even
around
more
and around.
dedicated than I am.
Something.
Because I'm like,
I live in the middle of nowhere and it gets dark and we don't have street lights. So I don't have that option to like go out and take a walk at night unless I'm taking a flashlight. And then I look like a weirdo.
With your headlamp, have you seen those people that walk with? They are dedicated.
Yes, they are dedicated. I could do that, I guess. I keep saying when I work out at my house in the morning, I can't run. I have to ride my bike instead inside. But I could headlamp it out there in the dark.
Might inspire somebody.
I might. Your habits become your routine and your routine becomes your lifestyle. So are the habits that you are currently having daily, are they moving you towards your goal or away from your goal? Most of us have good intentions, but there's always a roadblock.
Always.
Like today, you have a very busy day.
Yes, but no excuse.
Also, there's temptations when you go out to eat.
Yes.
Or you've had a stressful day and your kids have ice cream in the freezer all the time. Those are temptations, things that always get in the way. But what we want to do is think about when you're building a house and you have to lay a foundation first, right? And then you start laying on top of that foundation brick by brick. Same thing with habits. We want to lay a good solid foundation, and then we start to get into more details with our habits, and we start getting a little bit, I don't want to say stricter, but just a habit, just something else.
Yep.
So like your foundation can be, I'm going to drink 60 ounces of water a day. It's great, because if you're drinking 60 ounces of water a day, other things are probably happening too. Like you're probably not going to drink 4 Cokes because you'll be in the bathroom all day long if you drink 60 ounces of water and Cokes. And then you're going to feel better.
Yes.
And you're just building. So then one thing at a time, right?
Yes, because if you try to do everything at one time, you're just setting yourself up
For failure.
And
just think, if you just have one little habit to focus on every day, more than likely you're going to be successful every day.
Yep.
And then what does that do? That builds your confidence, and you feel like you're winning at something and you accomplished a goal. So then you can build on it the next week. And before you know it, you turn back and you have all these new habits. And it's not habits anymore. It's a lifestyle.
When you can look back and you do things and you don't even, like, for example, I needed to start eating more veggies. Fruits and veggies every day was my goal, like something. And the other day, a couple weeks ago, I was looking back at my food diary and I was like, I had fruits and veggies at every single meal. And I didn't even realize that I did it, just because it was habits. Took me a while to get there,
but. So you may be wondering what you can do to start your reset. There's a couple of HSN principles that I just want to go over real quick, and this will give you kind of some ideas of habits that you could pick and choose from to start with. So principle number 1 is adding more whole foods into your diet, just like you were talking about, fruits and vegetables. And one easy way to focus on whole foods is to shop the perimeter of your grocery store. Don't go in the middle, because that's where all the packaged foods are. But if you think about it, when you go in Walmart, like typically your fruits and vegetables, and then you kind of move through dairy, and then you kind of get to meats. And there's a few things that you might need from the center of the aisle, like some rice or something like that. But you can find all of the things that you need on the outside. Once you kind of started incorporating whole foods in general, we have this magical way of setting it up where you're eating a balanced diet, where you're getting enough protein, carbs, and fats at every meal. And we call it the plate method. So half of your plate is vegetables, and a quarter of your plate is lean protein. You can see like meats there, aka protein is meat. And then the other fourth of your plate is like starchy carbs, like potatoes, rice. I think that's supposed to be a butternut squash. Not real sure. Some kind of a squash. And then off to the side, there's fats there. There's an avocado and there's oil. And always think about like your thumb size for that, unless you're a guy. And then you get 2 thumbs of fat. Okay.
This is easy to do when you go out. Like
super easy.
Eating out.
Yep. You can order vegetables. Sometimes you can even ask for like double vegetables. And it's fine to have a potato. Like you can fit it in that little quarter of your plate. You may not eat all of it, but maybe half of it. Rice, sweet potatoes, and you can do steak. You can do grilled chicken. You can have salmon. It is pretty easy to follow this when you're eating out. Just have to plan ahead and look at the menu before you go.
Yes.
That's also a trick. The second principle is to focus on balance in your diet, which I just already talked about that: protein, carbs, and fat. And so if you follow that plate method, then it's super simple. It's right there for you. Otherwise, focusing on balance is just anytime you have a meal and a snack, make sure that you're getting protein, carbs, and fat. So if you're going to eat, what's something people snack on? Granola or like a trail mix or something, probably doesn't have much protein in it. So thinking about trying to add something to that, like beef jerky if you're on the go, or a boiled egg, that would be protein. Or even just some chicken. I take cold grilled chicken with me everywhere I go.
Do you really?
I do. Also like beef jerky a lot too for stuff like that.
I had to run in the gas station the other day, and I was
saw
like,
that.
oh my God, I don't know what to get. I'm starving. And so it was like, as soon as I walked in, they had a fruit basket. I was like,
wonderful.
There's my carbs. Now I need some beef jerky. And
Yep.
It gets
a lot of
easier.
Gas stations have gotten a lot better about having some fresh things. You just have to be mindful. And then this is another good trick for when you're trying to find a snack on the go, is limiting the amount of added sugar that you consume daily. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons a day for women and 9 for men. Just FYI, if you're a soda drinker, there are about 10.6 at least. And that was a Coke that I looked up that had 10.6. So our American diets are full of sugar. So that's one simple step too.
There's a lot of hidden stuff too. Like you don't like something, the label may look, oh, this is good for
and
me.
it's labeled healthy.
Yeah.
Like,
Whatever. And you turn
gluten-free or keto or whatever.
You turn it around and it's like
it's full of fat or it's full of sugar.
24 grams of added sugar. Whoa.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's what 24 grams would be like, I don't know, probably 6 times the amount that you need in a day. And because sugar is super addicting, and that's why they put it in all of those foods. So back to point number 1, if you shop the perimeter of the grocery store, you're probably not going to have very much added sugar in your diet because it's not being added to it. The sugar that's in your fruit is a totally different story.
I get that a lot. Like I remember when I first started trying to eat better and I couldn't get it out of my mind that fruit had sugar in it until I like dove into it, and it's completely different. So.
Yes, different. Your body processes it different. And the chemicals in your brain as well process it different. All right. So there's never the perfect time to get started, right? There's always something. I'm too busy right now. School just started back. Well, Christmas is right around the corner. And so I definitely don't want to start then. The new year, I hear the excuse, well, I don't want to do it right now because everybody's doing it right now and everybody's going to fail and I don't want to be a failure. And then it's Mardi Gras season. And then it's, well, I want to enjoy, my time on the boat in the summertime. There's never a perfect time. There's always something that will get in the way, but you have to commit to yourself. You have to put yourself first so that you can fill your cup up, so that you can pour your cup into all the responsibilities that you have. But your transformation starts with doing these 3 things: shifting your focus, identifying your tribe, finding that group for you, and then taking action. It's simple, but it's not easy, right? If you're thinking that all this sounds great and you don't know where to start, you just need someone to help you create a realistic plan for you, then we are happy to help. We also have, is this my next slide? I'm going to talk about that at the end. But you could join Bandit CrossFit. You could do personal training here.
Yeah.
You could do just nutrition coaching. You don't have to be a member of the gym. You don't have to be working out here to get your nutrition on track. And in our nutrition program, we don't focus on just nutrition. Guess what? Like that pie chart at the beginning, we work on all of those habits: the sleep, the stress, the nutrition, the lifestyle, the exercise. I mean, not like I'm going to give you workouts, but I can hold you accountable to doing your own thing.
But we offer that too, if that's a route that you want to go, like training
group classes
on your own, or
personal training.
Group classes, or like whatever you may need,
we can help you. Yeah. And all of our programs are habit-based. We don't follow fad diets. They're sustainable because we don't want to just do this for 6 weeks and lose the weight and then go right back to our old eating habits. We want this to be. And so because of that, that's why we don't do crazy things like cut out whatever carbs or just cut out sugar. Like it's healthy eating, that plate method, eating vegetables, because then you can do it for forever and you can do it anywhere. Like you said, you could do this at a restaurant. And our program is guided by a registered dietitian. It's been tested and proven all over time. These are a couple of our Bandit rock stars that have done really, really good this year. You can check out their success there.
There's Monica
and Caitlin and Becky. I really hope there's not other people waiting on this. It's kind of stressing me out. Should be fine.
Always.
I know.
Yeah.
One new program that we have coming up is a Mom Fit Camp. It's going to start on September 12th, and there will be 4 weeks. That says 6 weeks. I just noticed that. 4 weeks of nutrition coaching and 4 weeks of 1 hour fitness classes 3 times a week. I think I probably was not thinking I made that graphic. But we'll work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the gym at 9:45. Also an option if you can't make it to the gym, if you don't live close, or maybe you work from home and there's not enough time, you could do the workouts at home, not necessarily in that 9:45 hour.
Right.
You can
No,
do it
no, no.
anytime.
When
That
it's
we'll just give
convenient
you
for
the workout and you can do it
And we'll
at
give you
home.
an equipment list. You can make sure that you have,
Mhm.
your dumbbells or whatever.
And if you don't
need.
have something, feel free to reach out and we can give you something to sub it
Yeah.
with. A lot of it will be body weight movements, so you won't need a whole lot of equipment. I think probably you can get away with a dumbbell, honestly,
Yeah.
or a set of dumbbells. The nutrition coaching part of it, you'll come in for 2 visits with the nutrition coach and we'll do an in-body scan, which will kind of tell you, it'll spit out how much weight you should lose. It'll let you know how much visceral fat you have, how much body fat you have, how much muscle you have. They're
Mhm.
really interesting. So if you've ever done a diet in the past and just weighed at home
That
and started
stinks.
to notice like, oh, I think my clothes are fitting better, but that stupid scale
Yep.
is staying the same, or maybe it's even going up and you're super frustrated. The in-body tells the whole story because a lot of times you're building muscle and you're losing fat. And so at the same time, but that makes your weight kind of stay in the same place,
I always say
even
the
though
scale
your
is a
percent body
lie.
fat.
The
Yeah,
scale is a lie.
it
Like,
is a liar.
throw it away. Get rid
Yeah.
of it sometimes.
So we'll do that in the beginning and then we'll kind of go over healthy eating and some strategies, give you tons of recipes, and then you'll come back in after the 4 weeks and do a final,
Mhm.
check in from there. And then the wonderful thing about here is it doesn't have to be over when that's over. You can continue on with fitness. You could join CrossFit if you wanted to. Maybe you could do an on-ramp class. We could do personal training. And you can also carry on with a nutrition program after the fact too, with a monthly check-in with a coach. There is a lot of information on our Facebook page about the group. And you can also email us if you have any questions or send us a message on Instagram or Facebook for all of those things. We're so glad y'all came today to listen to us carry on and on and on.
I hope we helped y'all. I hope y'all got something.
And I will send the link
Useful.
out for that workbook. I will post it in
yes.
the Facebook event. I'll make a discussion post with that. And then I'll also email it to everybody who sent us, who filled out that Google form to register for this. So, and if for some reason you are watching this and you don't get it, please reach out and let me know and I'll send it to you.
We have a crazy day today. Crazy day.
Crazy day all the time because guess what? Hey, we're busy moms too. So thanks so much. I like this little quote. The only impossible journey is the one that you never begin.
Oh, it's so true. So very true. So
all you have to do is start.
We're going to hear from you.
Together.
We're going to hear from you.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, Lauren. Stop this. And hopefully it recorded.